So we've been talking about breaking out of old habits and paradigms and stepping into a greater version of who we are, okay? Creating a life that we absolutely love living. You know, easier said than done, right? Especially because we've practiced this way of being for years and years. So it's not gonna be, we're gonna get up one day and voila, right? It's gonna take some time. So be patient with yourselves. You know, there is a saying called seek and you shall find, and it is very accurate. Do you know that you are so amazing that if you continuously ask for something over and over again of life and keep asking, being deliberate about it, life has to give you the answer, okay? We just have to learn how to listen and stay in that zone of receiving the answer, okay? So continue to ask. The fact that you guys are watching these videos tells me you're curious. Don't give up. There was a time that I thought, is this just a bunch of words on paper? Is this greater way of thinking and being? You know, it's just a bunch of woo-woo stuff. It is not. There is a magical, wonderful way of living your life, okay, where you get up in the morning and you love it and you keep creating. Not that you're not going to have bad moments. That's always going to be a constant companion of ours, right? But we learn from them and we move on. You know, 90% of our day is spent in this great zone and maybe 10% where you have your dips. That's just a part of life, okay? So there is this book, actually. It's called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. I would recommend you guys get it if you've not read it. You know, he has it on audio as well. I know that I don't get a lot of time to read, so I do a lot of books on audio. It is a great way to start your mornings, okay, with anything inspirational. Even if you can get 5 minutes of anything in the morning, it can really set the tone for the rest of your day. And also, another amazing law of life, okay, a law that no human being escapes, not you, not me, not anyone. And this law says something like, energy flows where attention goes. You know, our attention, I believe, is the human superpower, but no one's ever taught us how to use it. It's like, you know, somebody handed us a genie in a bottle, but never taught us how to rub that lamp and have our wishes you know, granted. Okay, so where do we start with that? How do we start to tap into our superpower? You know, there was never a class in school on how to think. We got taught what to think all day long by our peers, society, you know, teachers, name it, and there was no shortage of anybody telling you what to think, not just of the world, but of who you are as well. So how do we reclaim our internal guidance system, learn to listen to who we are, you know, especially because we've trusted, you know, someone else outside of us to raise us, and it's really easy to believe that the world outside is more accurate. So let's learn to listen to our internal guidance system. At the end of the day, no one knows better for you than you. Okay, so let's learn how to tap into that great superpower and have it serve us in an amazing way to bring about the results that we want, especially if you're stuck in a certain area of your life. You know, I am going to invite all of you guys to step into an experiment with me, okay? So before we can really start to shift our attention to where it's going, we've got to see, where is it? Where are we living most of the time? I remember I was in my 20s and I got a watch, okay? I put an alarm for every hour, and whenever that alarm sounded, I would ask myself, where was I? Before that alarm went on, what was I thinking? And I would write it down. And every hour that you know, watch sounded, I would write it down. And after about 2 days, it was really interesting to see, you know, whenever I got a bird's eye view on where my thoughts were, I could literally take my thoughts and group them into about 4 themes that ran in my mind over and over again. And that I was looping. Okay, looping, and my results were showing it, and it was really a profound experiment for me. So I'm going to ask you guys, see where you're living, okay? And I assure you it's going to be correlated with your results, and only then can you say, oh, no more of this. You know, there is this saying that a man can live 90 full years of his or her life, or they can live 1 year over and over again. What does that mean? You know, it is so sad that most humans, we get stuck on automatic here, okay? We don't even realize that we are creating a similar version of life like we did yesterday and the day before. We may shift it here and there just a little bit, but we will leave this planet stuck in a pattern, okay? Stuck in a pattern unless we seek and then say, okay, I'm going to push pause and really get a handle of where my attention is so I can, you know, deliberately direct it to bringing about what it is that I want, okay? So really an amazing experience. Do it for yourselves. Maybe not every hour. Maybe you guys want to do it a few times a day. Whatever works for you, okay? Just get curious about who you are. Fall in love with your own thought process, because you are so amazing. Don't let your life, or you let yourselves leave this life stuck in a pattern. Okay, you are more than that. So you are an amazing creator. Step into your creative genius, okay, and bring whatever you want about. So do this experiment with me. Email me if you'd like. My email address is kbrar@hiddenwealthofcc.com. Once again, it's kbrar@hiddenwealthofcc.com. You know, comment down below as well. You know, a lot of times we think we're the only ones going through a certain situation, and I promise you, we are so similar in so many ways, and you would be surprised at how many times I've heard someone say, thank you for sharing that. I thought I was the only one. So whenever we share, you're actually helping someone else. You'd be surprised, okay? So with that being said, have fun with this. Get curious about who you are, and you are an amazing, wonderful, unique, genius being. And don't let yourself leave this life without delivering what it is you came here to experience, and creating a life that you absolutely love, okay? To your greatness, I hope to hear from you guys.